Hey, it's MJ here with Fight Life Media. We're here with the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Ken, thanks for spending some time with us. Check out the venue. What do you think, man? This is amateur MMA nowadays.
Well, you know, I think they need more of this. You know, we're sending these young kids up too fast. And, you know, they need to get at least 10 or 20 fights under their belt before they turn pro. So I'm really happy to see this kind of stuff going on, so these amateurs can start getting some good fights and start preparing them to be a pro. Yeah,
definitely. You know, Ken, you've been all around the world. You fought at the biggest shows in the world. What would you think if amateur MMA would have been what it is today back in your day? What do you think?
Well, I think as we're seeing it evolve, I mean, if they would have started back then, you know, who knows where it would have been right now, especially if they had amateur and the athletes. You know, I look at Brock Lesnar as an example. Yeah. A guy that I thought, in my opinion, probably could have one of the greatest heavyweights in the world. Second to none. And because he wasn't able to go and have a few fights under his belt as an amateur or as a pro, he came right into the mix, went right in fighting guys that were former heavyweight champions, had 20 fights under their belt, and he gets thrown right into the media. That's a lot of pressure with a guy just starting out. I don't care how good you are. And as you see, a guy that had that much potential, he cracked under pressure. Now he's not doing it anymore, and it's a shame because, again, I thought he could have really provided a lot of excitement for a lot of fans, and he wasn't able to do that because he didn't have enough time to really kind of groom himself to get into that championship mix.
Well, Ken, you know, you're kind of one of the pioneers of MMA. You and the Gracies, you know, you're synonymous with the founders, really, of building this sport. How do you like the direction of MMA nowadays?
Well, you know, I think it's great. Again, I'd like to see more amateur fights, and I'd like to see guys get more amateur fights under their belt and be more regulated as a fact of maybe, you know, they have to have at least 15 fights or 10 fights before they can turn pro. But we're not there yet, you know, and I'd like to see it all the way across the board in every state, and we're not there yet either. But I'm happy with the direction that it is going, and I think sooner or later we're going to get there. I would like to see another competition come up and compete with the UFC. That way it would give the fighters an opportunity to be able to negotiate their contracts and be able to provide for their families and get the best deal they can. Right now, they basically don't have any choice. So I like the direction it's going, but those are the things I'd like to see happen as we move forward.
Okay, great. Well, Ken, you know, you got millions of fans out there. What's next for Ken Shamrock?
Well, I got quite a few things going on right now. I can't really talk about them, but I am getting into the promotional side of the business. I got a movie, my life story, coming out, a documentary coming out, and you know, just training my kids. You know, I got 4 kids that are fighting, and I've been working with them. I was supposed to have one fight tonight. Unfortunately, he rolled his ankle and he wasn't able to compete. So a lot on the horizon for me, and I think by September we'll start advertising some of it.
Awesome. Ken, thanks for spending some time with us, and for additional coverage and exclusive content, come check us out at fightlifemedia.com.